Hey everybody, East Coast Beat back with another one-hit wonder. Today we're going to look at Question Mark and the Mysterions. They are an American garage rock band of Mexican descent. It's garage rock. It's also called 60s punk, a raw and powerful genre of rock and roll. Basic chords on electric guitars, sometimes distorted through a device, sometimes unsophisticated and sometimes aggressive, both in delivery and in lyrics. Young, often amateur but sometimes professional. It's similar to skiffle in the UK. Question Mark and the Mysterious hail from the Bay City and Saginaw, Michigan, right in the middle of the state. The band was together from 62 to 69. This music was electric organ driven. The name Mysterions was taken from a 1957 Japanese sci-fi movie. Rudy Martinez was the lead singer, but he preferred to be called Question Mark. Their single 96 Tears was #1 in the US, and the band was unable to repeat the triumph. The band is considered a one-hit wonder, but they did reach the singles chart 5 times. In 1968, their label Cameo Parkway was found guilty of stock manipulation by the Securities and Exchange Commission. The band's money and their contract disappeared. By '69, they were done, but there have been several reunions. 96 Tears was number 210 on Rolling Stone magazine's list of 500 greatest songs of all time. The band members were children of migrant farmers. The original trio was Larry Borgeson on guitar, Robert Martinez on bass, and Bobby Balderrama on lead guitar. And they all liked surf rock. Rudy Martinez came on when the band saw that Brit invasion bands had lead vocalists. Rudy was known for his dancing. Robert's brother is Rudy, actually. He was quite eccentric, claiming his soul originated on Mars, and he once walked the earth with the dinosaurs. And they began with covers of Beatles and Stones hits. Frank Rodriguez was brought on keyboards, and the band's sound gelled. And as far as that walking with the dinosaurs thing, that was like 65 million years ago. And they know there's water on Mars. Maybe back then there was life on Mars. So, who knows? Larry Borges and Robert Martinez received draft notices and opted to enlist to avoid Vietnam. Eddie Serrato came in on drums and Frank Lugo came in on bass and recorded 96 Tears and Midnight Hour for a small label, Pa Go Go. Midnight Hour was originally the A-side, but Question Mark crossed the state, stopping at radio stations, imploring them to play 96 Tears instead of Midnight Hour. The riff from the song was done on a Vox Continental, which was a transistorized keyboard. It was meant as a lightweight replacement for the Hammond B3. Neil Bogart of Cameo Parkway Records purchased the rights to 96 Tears, promoted it nationally, and the band made TV appearances on American Bandstand and Where the Action Is. The song went to #1 for a week before being overtaken by the Monkees' Last Train to Clarksdale. Last Train to Clarksdale, I found out, is about a kid drafted to Vietnam, incidentally. The next 2 singles were I Need Somebody and Can't Get Enough of You, Baby. Their second album, Action, was the band's best music, but the album tanked. The band briefly recorded with Capitol, and Mel Shocker, future bassist for Grand Funk Railroad, also from Michigan. Mel took over on bass until Richard Schultz took over. on bass. In the 70s, there was a new lineup with 2 guitars and no keyboard. It was this configuration that was called punk rock in the 1971 Cream magazine article. In 92, there was a hip-hop version of 96 Tears. The single charted once again. And then 97, another new lineup. They would join a circuit known as Cave Stomp, featuring 60s garage and psychedelic acts. Somehow Alan Klein ended up with the rights to the 2 albums, 96 Tears and Action. The band still managed to record their 1966 album and re-release it on the Collectibles label. Frank Rodriguez came back on keyboards in 98. Question Mark and the Mysterions released a new live album, More Action, but not much came of it. The group was now called Question Mark and the Mystery Men, and then they became Question Mark and the New Mysterions. Take that, Alan Klein. Covers of 96 Tears have been done by Aretha Franklin, Thelma Houston, Todd Rundgren, Iggy Pop, the Texas Tornadoes, Eddie and the Hot Rods, the Stranglers, and Garland Jeffries. Why? Because it's a great song, and it can't be done without a keyboard. It just can't. Well, there you go. Question Mark and Mysterions, everybody. I remember when it came out. It's like nothing else on the radio before or since. Very powerful song. It's like a hippie's gateway drug or something, or the kind of like little brother to the psychedelic generation. Yeah, I can see that. Question Mark and Mysterions. You know, East Coast Pete wore a rhinestone question mark for a while, back when I was in college. It wasn't because of these guys. It's just something I found in a store and I liked it and I put it on and wore it. Got me noticed. That's how these things go. It's all about being noticed. I'll see you next time when I have a look at Norman Greenbaum.